The first national park in the United States was found on March 1, 1872. Do you know which park it is? 63 national parks reside in 30 of the 50 states that make up the U.S. These nationally protected parks provide surreal landscapes with unique geographical features and home to diverse ecosystems and an abundant amount of wildlife. National parks across the U.S. have been growing in popularity over the years, so we put together a list of top 10 national parks you should visit. Number 10. Located far north of California, just south of Oregon, is a gigantic forest and home to the world's tallest trees. Redwood National Park. These giant coast redwoods, also known as Sequoia sempervirens, can grow up to 25 feet in diameter and over 300 feet tall, compared to the 268 feet of the next tallest pine tree. And the bark on some of them can get up to a foot thick. These massive trees occupy up to 172 square miles of territory, and 1/3 of that is old-growth forest. In addition, it shares land with 3 state parks in California: Prairie Creek, Del Norte Coast, and Jedediah Smith. These sequoias have been around for at least 20 million years, and some of these trees are over 2,000 years old. The wildlife thrive here because the redwoods offer sizable attached areas that stretch north up the Pacific coastline and are full of a diverse habitat, giving access to food, water, and other necessities for survival. The redwoods have no entry fee, and there are no entrance stations when you get there. So the best way to see it is by driving, since there are no shuttle services in place. Number 9. Sitting at approximately 9,000 feet on the Paunsaugunt Plateau in southwestern Utah is Bryce Canyon. Famously known for its hoodoos formations, Bryce Canyon is also remembered for its famous night skies, crowded with beautiful bright stars. It was settled by Mormon pioneers in 1874 and recognized as a national park in 1928. Bryce Canyon is open all year round, giving you a chance to have a different experience during each of the 4 seasons, everything from hiking in the summer to cross-country skiing in the winter. It's 56.2 square miles of scenic beauty and colorful carved landscapes. The hoodoos are a spectacle to 2.5 million visitors each year. These astonishing formations are a product of ice and rain, carving away millions of years in the surrounding limestone. And if you like to hike, there are a number of popular trails, or if you're feeling adventurous, try Under the Rim Trail. It's 23 miles long and takes between 2 and 3 days to complete. Or take a scenic drive along the rim and experience an 18-mile stretch of breathtaking views, with 13 overlooks to stop at and take a bit more in. Number 8. Staying in Utah, 72 miles southwest of Bryce Canyon, you'll find the neighboring Zion National Park. In November of 1919, Congress made the decision to grant Zion as Utah's first national park. Zion's Canyon spans 229 square miles and is host to climbing, camping, backpacking, and hiking to people from all over the world. The scenery is unmistakable, and the beauty is truly unmatched. Trails are available for every level of hiker out there, and one of the most popular hikes in Zion is called the Narrows. This hike is a product of 18 million years of river erosion and resides on the floor, where the 2,000-foot walls squeeze together to form a narrow slot canyon. It can be pretty intimidating and beautiful at the same time, and you will even find yourself hiking through water in some parts. The best time to visit Zion National Park is in October or November, when the temperatures are cooler and the crowds are lower. Plus, summer weather can get hot, and it's also the peak of hiking and camping season. Number 7. Moving north to the state of Montana, in the land of Big Sky Country, we visit Glacier National Park. With over 700 miles of trails, Glacier National Park covers over 1,500 square miles, and 500 of that is above the timberline. If you're an outdoor enthusiast, you'll love it here because of the vast wilderness and deep human history. Along with camping and climbing, embark on any one of the many hiking trails available. You can find the best trail, no matter your hiking experience. However, it is strongly recommended to hike in large groups, bring bear spray, and make plenty of noise on the trail, because grizzlies are known to commonly frequent the area. You can also hop on a raft and let the Flathead River take you on an exciting 3-day tour of the park, extending over 30 miles. Or if you prefer, you can see over 50 miles of stunning scenery from your car by driving a road named Going to the Sun. It's a popular drive that shows you all the beauty between Lake McDonald and St. Mary Lake. It's truly a unique experience. Number 6. Heading back to California, 167 miles east of San Francisco, is one of the most celebrated national parks in the world. Yosemite National Park. It was established in 1890 as America's third national park, and around 4 million people visit this park each year. Yosemite holds a strong reputation for its lush, beautiful scenery, a plethora of wildlife, canyons, forests, and waterfalls. It's 1,200 square miles of picture-perfect outdoors. You can spot some of the many massive waterfalls from over 800 miles of hiking trails, and these waterfalls are some of the most popular attractions in the area. The falls are at their peak in May, when they are fed by spring rains and melted snow from the Sierra Nevada mountains. 5 of them are over 1,000 feet tall, including the tallest waterfall in North America, Yosemite Falls, at 2,400 feet. You can also head over to see Half Dome, a gigantic dome of granite, over 8,000 feet tall. You can hike to the top, however it's roughly a 15-mile hike, and is generally done in 2 days. Yosemite also offers fantastic camping, fishing, rafting and climbing for all you outdoor enthusiasts. Number 5. Let's take a trip to the state of Maine on the East Coast and visit a park decorated with rugged trails, rocky cliffs, rich history, and extraordinary scenery. Acadia National Park. Mount Desert Island is home to this 49,000-acre park where 3.5 million people visit each year. Established in 1916, Acadia has a beautiful wilderness that is available all year round. The park offers protection to a region where the woods from the north meet up with the Atlantic coast. The rugged granite cliffs and rocky landscape were sculpted by the powerful impact of receding glaciers about 18,000 years ago, creating a beautiful and uniquely shaped terrain. There's a diverse community of wildlife in the area that can be seen, including the occasional moose. Also be sure to travel some of the 45 miles of motorless carriage roads, where no automobiles are allowed, and walkers and cyclists are welcome. And if you want the full experience, take one of the horse-drawn carriage tours offered at Carriages of Acadia. Or you can take a 27-mile drive on Park Loop Road, which is the premier way to see a full historic tour of the park. There are many historical landmarks to explore and a countless amount of activities available in the area such as hiking, cycling, swimming and boating. Number 4. Traveling back to the southwest, in the state of Arizona, lies a member of the 7 natural wonders of the world, as well as one of the most popular national parks in America. The Grand Canyon. Found in 1919, it stretches over 1,900 square miles and occupies 3 states. The majority of it's in the northwest of Arizona, but the canyon rim also passes through parts of Nevada and Utah. It's 277 miles long, over a mile deep, and 18 miles wide, and it was carved out by the Colorado River over the course of millions of years. There's argument over its age, but it's believed to be between 5 and 70 million years old. Its stunning views make it a destination photographers love to travel to for its vast open scenery and beautiful landscape. There are several lookout points around the rim, each giving you its own unique view, and a favorite to many who visit is the Skywalk. It extends 70 feet over the rim, giving you an unparalleled breathtaking view to the bottom. And there are plenty of trails for short and long hikes, both at the top and bottom of the canyon. And once you are at the bottom, you can hike beside the Colorado River, offering you a different perspective. And something not known to many is Supai Village. It sits in the southwestern branch of the canyon, and it's the most remote Native American community of the lower 48 states, with no motorized vehicle access. It's also the only place left where pack mules are used to deliver mail. Number 3. Let's head back to Utah once more and take a look toward the east, just north of the town of Moab. Arches National Park. Found in 1929, this 120 square mile park is home to some of the most famous natural arches in the world. You may recognize one if you have ever seen a Utah license plate. There are over 2,000 arches in the park, as well as balanced rocks, windows, and many other natural formations. Snow melts, and water collects in small cracks of limestone domes. The water freezes again and expands, breaking away chunks of limestone, and creates a fin. This process progresses over time, and eventually erodes all the way through, creating an arch. A good portion of the trailheads and arches are easily accessible, and if you're looking for an easier hike, you can try the Windows Trail. It's approximately 1 mile, and you will get the opportunity to see north and south windows, as well as Turret Arch. Or if you prefer more of a challenge, you can hike Double Arch Trail. It's approximately 4.5 miles, and it will take you by 6 arches that can't be seen from the road or any viewpoints. One of those stops being Double Arches, which was used in the filming of Indiana Jones and The Last Crusade. Or if you're not a hiker, you can take the park scenic drive. It's 25 miles and takes about 3 hours if you stop for 10 minutes at each of its 5 scenic views. Number 2. This next park brings us to the mountains of Colorado, just 70 miles northwest of Denver. Rocky Mountains National Park. Found in 1915, it's 415 square miles of America's most beautiful mountainous scenery, with peaks reaching an altitude of over 12,000 feet. It's visited by 4 million people each year, and the summer months are when it's most crowded. There's a $30 vehicle fee to enter, $15 if you're on foot, and reservations are required between late May and early October to help maintain the control of park traffic. Explore the 355 miles of trails to hike, guiding you around lakes, ridgelines, and mountain peaks with a host of wildlife to see along the way. It's the ideal place to ride the trails on horseback and really take in the beautiful surrounding. It's even more spectacular in the winter when the mountains are blanketed with snow. It really enhances the experience and offers a unique beauty that's only available during that time of year. However, some roads may be closed or hard to travel on. But in the warmer months, you can view the scenery from your car by traveling the Trail Ridge Road. It's a 48-mile trip across the Continental Divide and takes you through 11 miles of the alpine tundra that sits above the tree line. You might also get a chance to see some big-horned sheep along the way, so bring your camera. And keep your eyes open for big herds of elk, which can also be found in the alpine areas and the edges of clearings in the evenings and early mornings. You might even be lucky enough to see a moose. They become spotted more frequently on the east side of the park. Please take this moment to subscribe, hit like, and ring the notification bell so you don't miss our newest destinations. Number 1. The national park at the top of our list can be found in the northwest part of Wyoming. It's a national treasure and home to Old Faithful. Yellowstone National Park. Found in 1872, over 4 million people visit each year, but you won't be seeing too many of them because Yellowstone offers 3,500 square miles of explorable territory. And it even extends a bit into Montana and Idaho too. It's where you'll find the largest collection of hot springs and geysers in the world. It's also where you'll find America's largest population of bison since their close extinction in the 19th century. Yellowstone played a major role in saving the bison from extinction by providing a safe haven for them to live. The wildlife here is really diverse and one of the park's famous aspects of beauty. Yellowstone also has its own Grand Canyon. It was formed by the Yellowstone River over the past 14,000 years, and the canyon is 20 miles long, 3,900 feet wide, and 1,000 feet deep. Yellowstone also sits on a volcanic bed, and its close proximity to underground molten magma is the reason for its famous hot springs and geysers. One of the unique attractions is Mammoth Hot Springs. It's admired for its shelf-like terraces that were formed over time by calcium carbonate deposited from the hot springs. Boiling water surfaces from underground and then cools off, leaving the calcium behind. But one of the main reasons people love to visit is for Old Faithful. This famous geyser was named for its regularly timed eruptions throughout the day. On average, it erupts up to 20 times a day, approximately 60 to 100 minutes apart. Eruptions usually last 1 to 5 minutes, expelling up to 8,000 gallons of boiling water, reaching a height of 180 feet in the air. And the park's predictions usually fall within 10 minutes of accuracy. So, these are our top 10 national parks in America, each one in full display of its own unique beauty and outdoor adventures. Now it's up to you to decide where you want to go. It doesn't make your decision any easier, does it? National parks are one of the better ways to spend a vacation, and we've put together this next top 10 video showcasing the best places to make your next destination.